Hello. Today I'm going to teach you how to make pumpkins out of these Jenga blocks where you can make them and color them and do any kind of decor with them that you want. You need a set of 3, 2 sets of 2, and 2 sets of 1. So 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Now, you just take the 3. If I can get my gun off of this thing because I'm still getting used to it. Go ahead and just put a little bit of glue. Stick together. Whether if any seeps out, clean it up. Like I said, I just started using this Bond, and I'll have to say it definitely works great. Definitely quick to heat, and the bond itself, whew, if that stuff gets thick. Turn off any excess. This, I'm telling y'all, this is the best tool you'll ever get for this. And then leave these 2 single. Another set. I'm doing this 3 times because I want to do 3 different colors. So I'm going to do 3 different sets. And these little pumpkins, you can do them any color you want, whatever goes with your decor. If you like the white pumpkins, you can do them white. If you like the cream, you can do them cream, blues, anything your little heart desires. Okay. Now, I'll have to say, this hot glue gun gets hotter than any one I've ever had. Literally, that sucker gets hotter than anything, so you definitely don't want to touch the glue when it's coming out. Whew. Usually I can take my finger and swipe it over on the other one that I had. This one, no honey. There's no touching that. And single. Our air conditioner went out tonight, so I'm kind of stuck with it. I can't sleep when it's hot and it's 85 degrees in my house. And there ain't nothing I can do till the morning, so I've got the windows open because it's 70 outside, 71 I think. And we're going to have to get the landlord, the guy that owns the place in here and fix up whatever's going on with that air conditioner because it starts up out there and then it just shuts itself off. So I don't know what the heck's going on with that. Now with this Bond, you have very little time to mess around, so you don't glue until you're ready to glue. Because you gotta glue and set right away. So just remember, if you want to try to get one like this, it's one of those that you literally have to be quick with it. Alright, and then you got your singles. So what you're going to do is I'm going to push these forward and work on the bottom one first. Get some of this glue off here so that way when I glue the next round I have room to put glue on. We'll move these up. Okay. You're going to take your 3-piece. If I can get this straight and the glue to stop. Take your 3-piece. Lay it down flat. Take your 2-piece. Put a little bit of glue on it. Put it dead center. Press down. There's one. Like this. Like I said, dead center. That one. Now you want to make sure it's even in the center and also even with the bottom. Because when it sits up, when you put it up, you're going to want it to be good to go. So we're going to just keep repeating the process. Okay, got one. Okay. Number 2. Do the rest of this. There's this piece. Set this way, make sure they're all good. Squeeze. And these are just basic wooden pumpkins just to kind of decorate little things in your house. Now I am going to just use some of the stemming that comes out of all of your flowers. All you need is a little piece for each one. Alright. And just a dab of glue in the center. Set it straight up. It does not take long for this to hold, so when you set it, you only got a few seconds to hold it and then it'll let go. Alright, with my little dust, I might have to get a new mat. This one's getting dirty. So we can see where anything is. Can't tell I do a lot of crafts up here. Okay. Gonna let them cool off just for a second. Let's see what. Let's see what colors you want to do. So I have 2 sets. I have the farmhouse set of apple barrel, and then I have the regular set. So let's see what we got. I really like this color. I know I'm gonna do an orange one. So I think I'm gonna do that blue. If I got orange. I think I do. Here, yes, I don't have orange. So it looks like we're going to stick to these colors, which is fine. Like I said, you can color them any color that goes with your skin. I might have to put orange on my list to get some orange paint. Alright, so we're going to do these three colors. And we're going to start with number 1. I always use leftover plastic to paint on, so we can get a piece out over here. It doesn't seem like it wants to open properly. These are awesome. They're from Dollar Tree. They're glitter witches on strings, like ornaments. So that's really cool. I like that. Alright, let's start with mustard color. Remember, a little goes a long ways most of the time. So, pull off any strings as possible. This one looks like it's going to be a multiple color one. These are great to put on the tray, like I showed you how to make just not too long ago. These are great to put on that in the middle of your kitchen table. You can pick the colors that match your placemats and everything that you're doing. Now this wood does like soak up the paint, so it usually takes 2 to 3 rounds of painting, and then you get the color that it's supposed to be once you get that, usually the second round. And it's usually the top that's going to be the worst. Now, if your Dollar Tree does not carry these Jenga blocks, because mine does not, done in a 50-mile radius from my house does. You can go to Dollar Tree and buy them online. Some of the stuff you have to buy by case, but this is one particular that you can buy by piece or unit. There's quite a few of them. Now, I am going to tell you, Dollar Tree, when you order, it takes a week for them just to process the order. And then it's like 3 or 4 days once they process the order that you'll get it. There's no tracking. They don't give you a tracking or nothing. It just all of a sudden shows up at your front door. My UPS guy must have had a really bad night because it didn't show up to my house till like 8 o'clock. And the reason I know that is because I don't smoke in my house. So I go out to smoke, and I went out at 7:30 and something was going on outside, so I was going out to look, and there was a box there at 8 o'clock. So my driver must have had a really, really bad day. Because normally he's through here at like 2:30, 3 o'clock. And you do that all the way around. And then you pick another color, you do this one, and then you do that one. And like I said, you can take them and decorate them with pumpkins. Or you can decorate them with the flowers. And you can put them in your little tray, and you've got nice little wooden pumpkins that you made. Which kind of mean, I think it's cooler when you make it. Because then your heart and soul's in it. And your time and all that. That's why I do a lot of these crafts with you guys, because the time that I sit and actually craft is better for me. Because I do not take the medicine that they want me to take, because it makes me very zombified, I want to say. I mean, my mom passed away and I was on the medicine and I didn't even react to it Like, I didn't cry, I didn't nothing. And I told my doctor, I said, I've got to come up off this medicine. And she's like, well, it's doing so good for you. And I said, yeah, it's doing great. I said, it's doing so great that I'm not feeling the effects of my mom passing away. And I'm not going to have the backlash of that effect later when you guys decide to change my meds or whatever. So I need to feel this now. So she agreed. I finally got her to agree with me. She weaned me off the meds and let me naturally deal with my mother's death, which I'm very grateful for. She's great. Problem is she's now moved up in the chain, so now she's not therapy no more. She's all the therapist boss. So now I kind of got somebody I don't really care about. So the last time she told me she wanted to put medicine in my mouth, and I looked at her and I said, no, you're not. I don't do medicine. I literally just do self-therapy. I do this, I do meditate, I do whatever I gotta do to relax. I do take the anxiety medicine, but I do not take the PTSD medicine, which is bupropion is what they had me on, and I did great. It numbed me from everything in the world. But that's not what I want. I want to feel normal. I want to feel just like everybody else does. And I wasn't doing that on that medicine, and I can't do it. I'd rather take the hard knocks and have bad days and have my friends help me on my bad days and just move myself up and kind of grow as far as what I should do, how I should react. I've had a bad month. My grandfather passed away, and because of COVID, we were told that there was not going to be a burial, and then all of a sudden he was buried, and nobody told us to be there, like we didn't matter. And then I've heard nothing about his estate, nothing about anything about it. And then turns around that my uncle and his daughter gets 2 brand new cars, and here I'm struggling to come up with money just for a used car. And I don't think my grandfather completely wrote me out. You know, he might have been having some spats with my mom at the end, but that's not my fault. And I don't think that's fair to take out on me, and I don't think it's fair for anybody in my family to railroad us because they think they can get away with it. And I'm sad to say, but I'm trying to debate on if I should go get my lawyer and have her contest it. And I mean, nobody seems to want to do the right thing and say, hey, yeah, you were left this, or hey, you know, there's stuff in Grandpa's house, do you want any of it? I mean, I got nothing. And just because I didn't live next to the man doesn't mean I didn't care for him. And that's not right. You know, he had 2 grandchildren, not 1. And he had 2 children, not 1. Yes, he buried his daughter. But I can't control the fact that she was sick. I can't control the fact of she was born and had multiple aneurysms. So I can't control she had health issues, and I can't control what she did or didn't do. But to take that out on me and my kids, who are also part of the family, is wrong. And I don't care if they watch this, I don't care if they hear it, because maybe hearing it, it'll click to them that it's not fair either. And now I've got to get a car, because right now I have no car, and go up and find my grandfather's grave and visit it that way, because I wasn't allowed to be there. And that's pretty shitty. It really is. It's pretty shitty. And very hurtful. And I'm not sure if I can be the bigger person in this situation. Like, I'm tired of being the bigger person. I've been through enough. I don't need so-called family that are supposed to love us and care about us to literally treat us like we're crap. And that's exactly how we feel. And that's hurtful. I mean, anybody can understand that's very hurtful. And very not cool. I mean, my husband right now is in California trying to take care of his mother. And we're struggling just to make sure the bills are paid. Let alone trying to put a little money away to get a car for me to get around, because I'm having to use my daughter's when she's asleep, because she works midnights, and I'm having to depend on her, and that's not fair either, because if something happens to my kids in the middle of the night, I can't go anywhere, I can't take them anywhere. So I don't know, the family I grew up with doesn't act like this, and that's what hurts. Because the family I grew up with was caring and loving and wanted to be there for each other. And it seems like, I'm not saying when great grandma died, maybe a little later, but ever since then it went to a all about me party. And that's just not cool. That's not what great grandma was about. Great grandma was all about family. And the fact that her house ain't even in our family anymore, that was in our family for generations, is sad too. Because there was family members that wanted it, and they were never asked. So, yeah. It's just been kind of weighing on my mind how these holidays used to be family time, and we knew that between Thanksgiving and Christmas it was time to go to the Henderson house and visit great grandma and visit the family and have Christmas, because she always did it in between, so it didn't interfere with, if you were with somebody, it wouldn't interfere with the other family, so that way that she didn't feel that she was taking all your time, that, she kind of made it fair where we did Christmas in between, so that way Christmas could be done with your spouse's family. And I thought that was really cool of her to do, and respectable, because with me being bounced between my parents, I definitely had bounced a lot, for years, till I was 13 I think it was. I lived with my dad from 2 to 13, and then I moved in with my mom my 6th grade year. I was finishing out my 6th grade year, so we stayed at the Bilquist house till it was done, and we still went down and saw grandma and stuff on the weekends. And the reason my mom stayed there is because we were just moving 4 hours away, but she didn't want to interfere me in the middle of the school year, so we just stayed and finished out that way. But I remember going to the lake. I remember hanging out with family every weekend possible. We had a boat we used to go down with. And don't know where that family commodities went to. It's like, honestly, it's like, you know, everybody's out for themselves. If they screw somebody over, they don't care. They have no conscience of what they're doing. It's just, well, she ain't gonna know, so we're gonna do it anyway. Or, we don't think she deserves it. Well, it doesn't matter if you think anything. It's supposed to go by the wishes of the person. And if he truly did that, then that's a cross he's going to have to bear with me later when I pass away. But I honestly don't believe my grandfather completely took his grandchild, his first grandchild, who used to go to, you know, everything with him, dance with him in the living room and all sorts of stuff, and completely write me out of everything. And I'm sorry if this seems to be getting a little deep, but it's really been weighing on my mind, and I really need to kind of get it off my chest because it's not helping my PTSD any. And the only way I know to vent it is to turn on the camera, start crafting, and talk about it. And I'm sure it's gonna offend people, and right now, maybe that's what needs to be done for them to realize what is fair and what isn't. I don't know how else to say it. I don't know how else to put it out there that, you know, I know what Grandpa's will was. My mom had a copy in her safe. So that's making me even more weary, because pretty much not long after my mom passed, Gramps kind of came to the point of he wasn't really there mentally, like sound, mind, and body. So if his will got changed later, then that makes me wonder if he was even mentally there for that. My grandfather had Alzheimer's really bad. Didn't want to admit it, but he did. And then he also had huge hearing problems. But he lived next door to my aunt. Well, not right next door. It was like 2 doors down from my aunt and uncle. So he got to see their child every day. And my mom was married to an Air Force man, so we literally traveled all the time. But every time we went back home, we always made sure we went to see Papa. And I still have the picture of him and I dancing in the living room with my little pink dress that I wish my mom would have kept, because Lena Pearl would have been so cute in it. She is definitely my little angel. She's very tender-hearted. She don't take criticism very well. She cries at the drop of a hat. And we're trying to thicken her up. She's in high school now. And we're trying to kind of give her that backbone of I don't give a crap, because she's going to need that kind of backbone for this world. But she still comes home and tells me, Mom, this girl did this. And I'm like, well, baby, like I told you, not everybody in this world is nice. And it's true, not everybody is. Not everybody's respectful, not everybody's... It's just not how it is. And we took the bear that Grandpa had got Lena quite a few years ago. I got a picture of her with it, with a big pink bear. We went ahead and took it and put it in an air seal bag. so that way we can preserve it for her. And then Miranda and Grandpa used to go to the, down to the, oh, I can't think of the name of it right now. But it used to be the Miranda and Grandpa thing, where they just went together and spent time together. My grandpa was there right after she was born, and was in her life pretty much all of it. And I just knocked my little thing off there. Alright. So you literally just paint them any color you want, and then you got your little pumpkins to display for whenever you need. Sorry getting heavy on you guys. Like I said, it's been weighing on my mind and my heart. And I kind of needed to get it out, because just talking to my kids isn't helping. Maybe y'all can give me a suggestion of what I should do, or what do you think I should do, or should I just say, you know what, they're no longer in my life, or should I say, no, you're being unfair and I deserve to have my right? I mean, you can take a bow, wrap it around your hand about 5 times, and then tie it off, and there you go. So that way you got a cute finished pumpkin. I don't want to pick him up because he's still wet. Y'all, love one another, hug one another, be kind to one another, try to get along with each other. Bye, y'all.